Happy Saturday, guys. Okay, just got people passing. It's been extremely quiet, and then um, but a gentleman's out there uh, talking to his child. Anyway, I was going to say Happy Saturday. It's a beautiful day. We're going to look into the fairies. Are you seeing fairies yet? Do you might be calling them, I don't know, twinkling lights, like little spotlights, stars? Are you seeing the stars? They're fairies. So we're going to play with fairies today. I've recorded this evening's bedtime story. I was like guided to it. I thought to myself, oh yes, I've got to record the story. It's on for over an hour. I laugh at my own pronunciations. I'm going to get a book and I'm going to call it my self-mastery book. Like, I struggle with the word tragedy. I might have just said it right. So I try and focus on it, on pronouncing it better in the book, knowing that I mispronounce this word. And then I think I've just come up with, it just sounded so foreign. And I don't really want to stop the flow of the book, but... oh dear. So it's a really, what's this that's come up? Remind me later, but then it takes me online. I don't want to. Okay, we're back. It's a really good chapter though. It's like, I'm not like a professional speaker or storyteller, but I will persist. Okay, what are we having a look at here? It's like to do with my perfectionism. It's like, well, if you read the chapter before, and it's like, yes, but that's like being afraid of just being in the now. It doesn't matter if I don't really pronounce words correctly, does it? Well, it does. Not enough to worry about it anyway. And this band, I put this band on yesterday. And I realised that I was going to be using it as a negativity band if I had any negative thoughts. Now, this morning, I actually looked at it and I thought, am I going to be pinging you? But we haven't pinged it yet. So I'm like really proud. So it means that someone's really working on a positive mental attitude. A positive mindset comes in brilliantly with tonight's chapter. It's a long one though. But if you stick with it and kind of get over my flow and listen to the message underneath, there's a real powerful message in tonight's story that comes in with this band. But instead of using the band to kind of pick yourself up on negative thoughts, the monks would have to like walk quite a way to like a freezing cold waterfall. So every time they thought a negative thought, which in the end they didn't, because the walk was so long and the punishment was, well, underneath a freezing cold shower. Oh, anyway, okay. You just listen to it. Now, what's this message? You just listen to it. Ace of Summer, it feels like summer's here. There's a lot of cold energy on the table. Well, there isn't. Okay. There's a karmic energy on the table still. Let's have a look at it. Okay. Let's see if it affects our energy level, because if it does, we should be pinging this elastic band. Let's see how it goes. Okay. I can see the difference in temperature. It's a cold energy. So straight away, it didn't feel like it was like the pleasant story to tell, but let me just get into it. This here is the Divine Feminine's energy. You've got all fairies around you. Well, there's one particular fairy. It's your fairy godmother. You've got loads of fairies around you, and I can see that. Oh, it's beautiful. Actually, they're around. You'll know if you're of divine status because you should be seeing these fairies. Okay, these twinkles. Divine feminine. It's like, because I feel the Cinderella energy, and okay, Rella, you can stand under my umbrella. Right. Okay, so the divine's got you. It says, ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. Okay. Here are the fairies to help you, because as you know that you're kind of like standing in your own truth now. You're being responsible, okay, with your responsibilities. It's not a burden. I feel like the burden's been lifted. Okay, but you need to ask for help. That's the underlying energy here. You shall go to the ball, Divine Feminine. Now let's have a look at this code of energy, because it is of the suit of the swords, Winter. We have the Princess of Winter. She's inquisitive, truthful, realistic, and undiplomatic. It says information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. I feel the energy of the actual karmic. My mum used to say to me, it's really difficult to be nasty to a nice person. This is the energy of actually the darker side, let's say the karmic energy, warming up to you. Okay. Put it this way, she's taking notice. You're an indigo child or adult, speaking the truth with kindness. So she's actually, I feel like, learning a lot from you. If she's not, the masculine here, it looks like he's kind of caught in between, if we want to call him this leopard. What do they say about leopards? A leopard never changes his spots. It's bullshit. Okay. It's just that statement alone that will keep you in that mentality. You can never change. So now I'm picking up. Well, the masculine I'm feeling here is in between. He's looking in the direction of the divine feminine. I was actually bringing like a really nice positive spin onto this, as in the karmic energy was actually warming up to you. Okay. As in, it's not going to be so much of an issue, you being around kind of the divine masculine, and she's warming up to. But underneath we have the Queen of Winter, and she's kind of turned her back on it. So it's like she had the opportunity to kind of learn from the divine feminine. Okay. Divine feminine, you're going to be a massive influence on your divine masculine and his whole entire life. It will have a ripple effect. Okay. It does feel as if the karmic energy actually like turns their back on it. They're strong, they're patient, they're self-sufficient and funny. It feels like they can take care of their own needs. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. So I do feel like there's a big contrast in the energy here. This is what the masculine is, he's reviewing this. An indigo child or adult. I'm feeling as if the masculine feels he's more suited towards the divine feminine's energy. This feminine here, she's turned her back, although I feel like it's a snowplough. So she's ploughing on. It says, let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career, unmarried or divorced individuals. So it does feel like this karmic energy has the opportunity to also allow their life to be transformed via this meeting. Six of Spring, the divine feminine's energy. When I want to kind of say your cameo, so like your debut appearance, is this feminine going to be welcoming? Or is she going to kind of snub you? Okay. You're welcoming anyway, Divine Feminine. That's your energy. You come with peace. Have a look at all these orbs around you. So now we're starting to see the fairies. We're starting to see your aura, Divine Feminine. You will be lit up. You may not see it yourself, but for others, you have this glow around you. Okay, so you're kind of, you're lit up. And also, I'm picking up the energy of a wedding dress here with a veil. So like your cameo, so like your appearance, isn't it? What is your appearance going to be like on the scene? Because it looks like the scene's very cold. And then you kind of bring this life, this colourful life into the picture. The Six of Spring here. Wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards and success and public recognition. So this energy could be too much. Okay. And I feel like the masculine knows there's an awakening here with the Hangman. Now, on the tip of his toe, he is balancing the yin-yang symbol. He can't really multitask in this energy because he's just balancing this connection. So he's doing handstands. You're doing handstands? What does that mean? Change the way you're looking at things. Handstands. So how do your hands stand? Are you more, it's kind of like, are you more, it speaks about this in the book tonight. Are you more like praying or you're, I can't even go there, look. And I'm not even going to try. Okay, so handstands. How do your handstands? Because this is the awakening of where you're kind of held in a certain position until you wake up. It says, change the way you're looking at the situation. I was going to say either embrace your uniqueness or what? It says a temporary pause in the action. It says embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in the action. A standstill. This makes me feel as if you're not sure what to believe in. Feels a bit like Caesar's days. It's like, did we give them the thumbs down or the thumbs up? Well, the offer of unconditional love's here with the Ace of Summer. It's a beautiful day. Look at this, bird of peace. This is really about you being a free spirit. I was having to think about that word, about whether this is all too spiritual. Well, what is all too spiritual? I mean, we don't maybe like to refer to ourselves as being, spiritual, but many of us would name ourselves as free spirits. You like to look at yourself as a rebel, just a free spirit here. Just wanting to live in peace and happiness and joy and laughter. And it's like the world tells you that maybe there's something wrong with that. But if you're a free spirit, you're a free spirit. Your soul's yearning, longing. So open your heart to love. The beginning of a new, I was going to say ultimate, intimate relationship, or the rebirth of a current one. The awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. It's interesting. The beginning of a new intimate relationship. That would be the connection with the Divine Feminine. Or the rebirth of a current one. It does feel like the Divine... He's definitely at a crossroads here. We can see this a bit later on. It's kind of like, does he dare to bring such colour into his life? It's going to be noticeable in comparison to the contrast. Okay, so open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship or the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. And I'm feeling because the Divine Feminine's at this stage, she's opened up to her psychic abilities and she's being guided. She's being spiritually guided now. Okay. So let's get back to this Queen of Winter. That's the kind of energy. It's like the Divine Masculine has a look and it's like, let's get back to the colder side of things. Queen of Winter, she's strong, she's patient, she's self-sufficient and she's funny. So she does take care of her own needs. I said I felt like she was just going to plough through, which would show her patience. Okay. But there's the energy of let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career, unmarried or divorced individuals. So some way this feminine's going to be taken away, that she's going to be taken away. Oh, okay. Looks like this karmic energy. Because she's not actually really bothered about her own happiness, it looks like it will be taken away from what she did class as being a happy life. So it's like she'd be taken out of the marriage. So she's been taken out of the picture. And it feels like because she turned her back on the true nature of life, which is love. Okay. And so it's like, okay, if you don't appreciate it, then it feels very much like the masculine has so much potential. And obviously he is appreciating it because he's looking in the direction of the Divine Feminine here. So the Divine Masculine is admiring, musing, like he's musing over the future on what could be. And the Divine will deliver it to him. I feel like this other feminine is going to be taken out of the picture. Okay, then comes in, because you've got the Ace of Cups here, so it's the offer of love. Now you have the Ace of Autumn being offered, the Ace of Pentacles. And now comes in the reward. I do feel like it's the Divine Feminine here. There's a windfall of money, advice or assistance from others, a very successful project, a happy change in your career. This is kind of like a being smugly satisfied in a way that this is what you kind of turn down. And it's like this cold feminine here doesn't care. And that's why she won't receive this, because she doesn't care. But it feels like she had the opportunity. She would have had the opportunity because she's actually matched up with a Divine Masculine here, who has the potential for greatness. It's like she's okay with just dealing with being great, and it's like, I could be greater. So his energy might actually grate on her as well. So she might actually find him as an annoyance rather than an asset. So we've got the legacy. Look at all the books here. It's all the studying. It's like, Divine Feminine, you are worthy of your achievements. You believed. It says a windfall of money, advice or assistance from others, a very successful project, a happy change in your career. Then we have the Two of Winter, which is the Two of Swords. It's the card of indecision. And it's the masculine here. He looks like a lost little boy. A little Oliver. Please, sir, can I have some more? Some more? I don't know what he's hungry for. More knowledge from the Divine Feminine? On direction? Okay. Indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. Okay, so you can see here the Divine Masculine, it looks like he's found himself in a bit of a quandary. What to do? Well, I think maybe, you know, burn your guilt. Let go of the ego, the trappings of the ego. There's a lot of guilt here that's involved. And this masculine's feeling guilty about actually allowing the divine feminine into his life and like shining so brightly. He's stopping himself from shining here. Look how all the fairies are around him here. And again here, but they look like stars, don't they? What's interesting, I felt the energy of the lights, the fairies here, like guiding you to what direction. He's looking in this direction. And I felt the energy of like a violin. It's like put the violin down. Okay, let go of the guilt. You've got to burn that, the ego, the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items and getting caught up in fear and worry. It's all gone a bit quiet. Ten of Spring. I'm taken to this spring here on the other side of the picture. Behind him. I want to find out if we can see what this spring means. This spring, so I feel like this is an energy. If indecision is holding you back, this could have been something that we are still in spring, I believe, are we? I don't know when the actual changeover is. Don't worry about it. Okay? For me, it's like June, July, August, summer. So it feels like it's something that should have occurred this spring because we've got the Ten of Spring here. And it feels like it's been a lot of pressure for the Divine Feminine to carry alone. But you're doing a marvellous job, Divine Feminine. But the Divine Masculine knows what you've been through. Okay, to get to where you are. So it's like he's seen your development and your growth. And it's like you're still carrying the weight of it on. Well, that's the end of that cycle. Let's have a look at the Ten of Spring. Seeing as it says here, ask for help from others. So I feel the Divine Masculine feels that you would benefit from his help. Not only does he feel that you would benefit from his help, which is an important aspect, he actually needs to believe that he will benefit your life by being part of it. Okay. Was that the same thing? Wow. He's got to know that he will be a benefit to your life. Okay, that by being in your life, it's going to be an asset. All work and no play can make life no fun. It may be a challenge to balance your career with your personal life, but it's critical to your physical and emotional health. You're working too hard. Do what you can to reduce stress in your life. Find moments during the day to take little breaks. Don't be afraid to ask God, the angels and the fairies or other people for assistance. Reassign tasks to competent co-workers or family members. There's the word. You have to know that you're going to be competent. Okay. You're going to be able to work together. Remove anything from your schedule that isn't necessary, and reclaim that time as your own for self-nurturing. On the card, our fairy friend carries a heavy burden, while her ragged clothing shows that she is not being fairly rewarded for her efforts. The time has come for her to turn to other fairies for assistance. So I'm feeling as if the masculine's feeling he should really be with you, Divine Feminine, helping to take care of the needs, your needs. Also allowing himself to be needed. Okay. Rather than being with this karmic energy who just seems to take care of herself anyway, it's like it doesn't really feel like she needs this divine masculine. It's more the energy, she's just in her comfort zone. Okay. So the additional meanings of this card: being weighed down by too many responsibilities, giving too much and receiving little in return, calling upon the fairies for help, health problems caused by too much pressure. Okay. Oh, there's nothing in there. I just thought that was a different box of cards. Okay, empty box. Empty box. Upside down deck. Let's go to the Fairy Oracle, or the Oracle of the Fairies. Go to the Bible if you like. It's a Good News Bible. What year was it first published? Won't forget that now. Anyway, I wonder how many of you have actually used that. So oh, as a fun fact. Lucy, just read from the Bible. Oh, please, let's. Okay, let me just see what the Bible wants, what the book wants to say about this story here. It says Elijah and the drought. A prophet named Elijah from Tisbe in Gilead said to King Ahab, I think we just need to pay attention to what was said. Stop stumbling. In the name of the Lord, the living God of Israel, whom I serve, I tell you that there will be no dew or rain for the next 2 or 3 years until I say so. Then the Lord said to Elijah, leave this place and go east and hide yourself near the brook of Cherith, east of the Jordan. The brook will supply you with water to drink, and I have commanded ravens to bring you food there. Elijah obeyed Lord's command and went and stayed by the brook of Cherith. He drank water from the brook, and ravens brought him bread and meat every morning and every evening. After a while, the brook dried up because of the lack of rain. It's okay, because then the Lord said to Elijah, now go to the town of Zarephath, near Sidon, and stay there. I have commanded a widow who lives there to feed you. Let's carry on. So Elijah went to Zarephath, and as he came to the gate of the town, he saw a widow gathering firewood. Please bring me a drink of water, he said to her, and as she was going to get it, he called out, and please bring me some bread too. Did he? Okay. She answered, by the living Lord your God, I swear that I haven't got any bread. All I have is a handful of flour in a bowl and a drop of olive oil in a jar. I came here to gather some firewood to take back home and prepare what little I have for my son and me. That will be our last meal, and then we will starve to death. Ping! Oh, the ping's the elastic band. Don't worry, Elijah said to her. Go ahead and prepare your meal, but first make a small loaf from what you have and bring it to me, and then prepare the rest for you and your son. For this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. The bowl will not run out of flour, or the jar run out of oil before the day that I, the Lord, send rain. Okay. I want to carry on. We can carry on, Dad. Let's just carry on. The widow went and did as Elijah had told her, and all of them had enough food for many days. As the Lord had promised through Elijah, the bowl did not run out of flour, nor did the jar run out of oil. Sometime later, the widow's son fell ill. He got worse and worse, and finally he died. She said to Elijah, Man of God, why did you do this to me? Did you come here to remind God of my sins and so cause my son's death? Give the boy to me, Elijah said. He took the boy from her arms, carried him upstairs to the room where he was staying, and laid him on the bed. Then he prayed aloud, O Lord my God, why have you done such a terrible thing to this widow? She has been kind enough to take care of me, and now you kill her son. Then Elijah stretched himself out on the boy 3 times and prayed, O Lord my God, restore this child to life. The Lord answered Elijah's prayer. The child started breathing again and revived. Elijah took the boy back downstairs to his mother and said to him, Look, your son is alive. She answered, "Now I know that you are a man of God and that the Lord really speaks through you." Powerful message there, because I spoke about something about being taken away here, and also the healing energy of the divine feminine. There's a big message about the divine masculine allowing himself to be needed, and to allow him to love. Okay, but there's this big thing about actually he will be healed through the divine feminine's energy, and also anybody, like I said, in his world that he deems as being important to him. The healing strength of the divine feminine, it feels like it's going to be needed. Okay. Let's look at this card, divination. Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. There was a lot about you being guided as well, divine feminine. Following divine guidance. I spoke about that as well. About not worrying, you will not go short. You'll be guided every step of the way. I even pointed out the point that I would have pinged myself if I'd given myself that sad story about, oh, I'm going to starve now, this is my last meal. The attitude is, what do you have right now, today? You have everything that you need. Tomorrow will take care of tomorrow. Okay, you just need to focus on the now. It's when the magic happens. Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. Crystal clear, your current situation. Follow your guidance. The fairy wants to remind you that you can use divination to help you through challenging circumstances. Just like opening up the Bible. Come on, most of you got a Bible. If not, you've got some form of book in the home, or you'll have some form of media, so you can turn on the radio or check out YouTube. Listen to the next advert that plays during a YouTube video. Not only will you be helping the actual channel itself, but there's signs and synchronizations in all the adverts, and you skip them all. You say they're not important. Actually, pay attention to the things that you deem not important. So the fairy wants to remind you that you can use divination to help you through challenging circumstances. Your energy is strong at this time, and you have the ability to see things that others may not. Perhaps someone close to you would benefit from your spiritual gifts. Anything can be used for divination purposes. These cards, crystals, a crystal ball, the flames in the fire, the stars in the night sky, water. In fact, anything that opens a psychic doorway can be used and will enable you to see backwards and forwards in time. Divination also brings you fully into, a hiccup's better than a burp. Divination also brings you fully into the present moment. It's not about fortune telling for thrills, although future truths can be revealed. It's more about working with the divine powers to reveal what will help towards spiritual progression for yourself and others. Divination is a serious spiritual practice and isn't something to be dabbled with for amusement. Hence why this one walks away. You learn after a while it's best not to mock our practices, really. It doesn't bring great karma, does it, with it, if you to mock spirit. It took me to like the phrase of get down on your knees and tell me you love me. It's like that's when they really turn to spirit, is when they're at the darkest time and they find themselves praying then. Okay. Divination is a serious spiritual practice and isn't something to be dabbled with for amusement. You might experience visions or come to know things that need to be handled delicately and with empathy when sharing with others. If you feel confident, you could give readings to friends and families. You may feel drawn to do this professionally too. If this feels right, seek the guidance of someone who has been working with divination for a while and whom you respect. You can use divination alongside any other spiritual technique. Okay. I'm not sure what else I can tell you. I feel like I've gone a little bit dizzy. Light-headed. Light-headed. Angels of Light. Yes, let's get an Angels of Light card. It's fairy dust. Oh. Okay. Angels of Light. Creativity. The angels suggest that you explore your creative potential now. Creativity is an energy for adventure and change. It may herald a new idea, inspiration for a book, an artistic vision, or a new project. Let your imagination flow. If you do not know how to channel the force, you may feel restless or dispirited. Tonight's chapter, guys, it speaks about this as well. It's all going to come in, come on. That book tonight will be perfect. Even if it's not perfectly read, it will be the perfect message for you. Right time, right place? Okay. Okay, Belly. Because it speaks about this. And it speaks about the lake. So ask your angel to help you to direct your creative energy towards something worthwhile. The angel wisdom reminds you that you are a co-creator with the divine. Use your power with wisdom and joy. The affirmation is, I enjoy my creative powers and use them for the highest good. You might as well have fun while you're here. Surely. You're only here to enjoy it, so let's enjoy the ride. I hit the road out of nowhere. I had to jump my car. I want to get an energy card and then a Sacred Destiny card. It's like the refrigerator just fired up then. Just get a little sideward glance. Okay, let's have a look at the energy now. Okay, we've got the Magician in the mirror and we've got a broken heart. Card number 53. And my heart went really heavy then. I can actually feel like the crack down the heart. Oh, come now. 53. Knowing and using your true power. This card upright represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the Magician's left hand, page number 169, in the Magician's left hand, the flame of passion and action. In his right hand is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the Magician, and within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin and the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang, bringing direction and creativity. Together, they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands beside the Magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically transformed. When you receive the Magician upright, You are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life, and just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true in every area of your life. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mists of the future will clear into bright reality. I just feel like this is such a challenging time for the Divine Masculine at the moment. Okay. Let's have a look at this heartbreak. It's a broken heart. Okay, it's a broken heart. But what becomes of the broken-hearted? I suppose that depends on the story that you're telling yourself. Grief and loss. This card shows a heart broken open, revealing darkness, emptiness, and a grief-filled tear. The hurt may be from long ago, or it may be the pain from a more recent event. Either way, a deep healing is called for now. I'm still feeling as if the Divine Masculine knows that the only way really he's going to be healed, or if there's any kind of crisis within his family, he's known that actually by bringing you into the scene, onto the scene, all will be well. The hurt may be from long ago, or it may be the pain from a more recent event. Either way, a deep healing is called for now. Vent your feelings and release the person or situation involved. Affirm that you are reclaiming your power and peace of mind. Open your heart to the light of divine love and healing, and have compassion for yourself through this difficult process. Make self-care a priority now. As you let go of old experiences, you can open your heart to the true and abiding love that you so rightly deserve. Okay. I'm feeling very much as if the Divine Feminine, if she was in this energy, it's like she would be picking herself up. I actually felt by me having this on and not personally like pinging it, which I thought it was a really good indicator of the Divine Masculine being more balanced, and that he also is remaining more in a positive mental attitude. Okay. We're going to the Mother Mary because I feel like you could do with some motherly guidance. Slam down that cup a little bit. Oh, we've got Donald today, haven't we? Okay. Let's get the final message from the Mother Mary, and hopefully this will help to soothe your heart. Oh, interesting. We've got two cards of the same colour. I'm going to read the first message of Our Lady of Holy Fire. I've been having this message come up quite a lot from this deck. We've given her a bit of a break for a while, haven't we? And then we've got Our Lady of Soul Birth. I will read the whole of this card. She looks like Snow White. Okay. That's what I think. 39. Our Lady of Holy Fire. To live is to burn, to grow and to ignite the heart and soul with passionate devotion to higher purpose. I ask you to honour me, even when it seems like what you love is burning away, or what you have believed in is failing you. I ask you to remain open to me, even if you are in shock, denial, or feel betrayed or broken. To live with an open heart is for the brave souls that love me and are capable of loving the world. I bring you holy fire. It burns through me as spiritual passion and ignites now in you also, my child. You are to receive this fire now and set the heart of the world aflame. Okay, card number 5. Our Lady of Soul Birth. I'm sure the first word of the next page is dreamy. Well, that's what jumped out as I was turning the page. I said, that just say dreamy? Is there a dwarf called Dreamy? Wonder if that's her favourite. Dreamy. You and I have never been separated, though you may fear it to be so, my beloved one. Yet as you grow, I grow. As you suffer, I suffer. As you celebrate, I celebrate. When you rage and grieve, so too do I rage and grieve. Your journey upon this planet is held within my loving embrace and is my journey too. I am with you always. We cannot be parted. I accept all parts of you and all parts of your journey. There is nothing to hide from me, for I am in your life with you. When you reject parts of yourself, you reject me. When you love yourself, you love me. Love me, dear one. Love yourself, and your radiant soul grows into life, into light, upon the earth. The journey of the soul is a gritty one. It entails encounters with realms of light, with pure love and heavenly rapture. It also entails encounters with negativity, fear, doubt, shame, guilt, grief, anger, and suffering. Such is the mysterious experience of being a divine human in the making. We encounter bliss and despair in order to become whole. It is through our wholeness that we are capable of allowing the divine presence to manifest through us as it wishes to, according to a higher plan. Page number 33. The more open we are to life with acceptance, especially when we don't understand it, the more we can allow our soul to lead us through life into our divine destiny. Just come with a full stop. Okay. So the more we are open to life with acceptance, especially when we don't understand it, the more we can allow our soul to lead us through life into our divine destiny. When our soul leads us, we avoid the obstacles created by our mind. With the mind's tendencies to reject and judge, we would inhibit the following assistance of our soul. The Heavenly Mother wants your soul to blossom, understanding that it is the lotus flower that is fed by mud, and that this is just the nature of being a divine, soulful human. The Mother is not interested in perfection. She is interested in love. That is her way. She knows that the dark and the light are in sacred play upon the earth, and that the divine presence is in all things. It is not only within the light, but also even within the greatest darkness, though it may seem harder to find there. She understands that to grow and blossom, the soul needs honesty more than it needs pleasantness. She understands that we need the light of joy and also the darkness of anger, rage, grief and sadness channeled into healing consciousness so that we can grow and become all that we can possibly be. She understands that becoming a divinely awakened human being is a raw, wild and beautiful path, often with great suffering, and she feels great compassion. So she empowers us, through her wisdom, to take the journey with a fearless faith in her divine protection and guidance when we are in need. The Mother wants to experience her divine children as succeeding in their spiritual destiny. This requires an acceptance even of the emotions that may not seem spiritual at first, and of the life experiences that seem to be challenging and taking us into darker, unknown territory. When we understand that the divine is in all experiences and we draw to us what we need when we need it, and that the Divine Mother protects us whenever we call upon her, we can trust. We might not always understand, but we can still choose to trust. Through understanding her teachings of the necessity of light and dark for the heart to become truly powerful, we can accept ourselves and our lives more readily, and in doing so, our soul begins to open up. Our heart becomes powerful. When we can learn to love more completely, starting with ourselves, we become capable of being instruments for her love in the world in other ways, through our relationships, our passions and interests, our chosen professions, and how we live from day to day. When the soul is allowed to live, rather than the mind trying to squash it down and only allow the logical, understandable parts to see the light of day, miracles can occur. As the heart opens to life without restraint, the miraculous love of the Mother can flow through us. We become instruments of her grace. This oracle comes with a special message for you. Somewhere in your life, in your relationships, or within yourself, you have been holding back. You have been doing so because you were worried that what wanted to come out was not acceptable, or that you would be shamed. Mother Mary tells you that she loves you and wants you to blossom. Don't try to stop the flow of love. Allow yourself to take the steps forward that you have been questioning. Don't be afraid, beloved. There is only your great connection to the Holy Mother to discover, and your own soul to grow. The Holy Mother is within you, is within your soul that longs for divine fulfillment. You have her permission to discover and be yourself completely and freely. Do not hide yourself away, even from the darkness. There is nothing to fear. There is only love that is growing. That's a beautiful message. Should we leave it there? I think we'll leave it there. Okay, guys, I will catch up with you soon. Okay, until then, take care. Have a fantastic day. Bye for now.